could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mostly Bad Ideas, a mostly Dungeons & Dragons podcast that has so far not had a single dungeon or dragon in it. This is the show where I take three good friends on their first epic adventure through 5th edition D&D. But not just any campaign, this campaign was crafted from all the different D&D games of my childhood. It's a labor of love and an homage to all the good times we had as kids. That being said, we are now adults, and it's definitely not the most kid-friendly ride. So put the kids to bed, or toss in your earbuds, because we cuss, we swear, and we mention orc penis occasionally. Okay, like seriously, orc penis and butthole are mentioned frequently. But all that aside, it's a hilarious thrill ride where these three try their best to stay alive and figure out what they've landed themselves in the middle of. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you can so you don't miss out on a single one of our mostly bad ideas.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Alright. So, you gentlemen step forward as the building collapses, or begins to collapse in behind you.
That was entirely ironic, sir. Clarify that we did not do that on purpose. That was an exploding lava goblin.
Yeah, I take it we're are we putting up no opposition here? Are we hands up? You know, good.
No, yeah.
Okay, so a very similar situation to last time, where guards kind of swarm to you guys. You know, kind of throw your hands behind your back, throw you in shackles, and then march you over to the armored wagon, as many other guards and now townsfolk and everything like that begin to kind of pour into the area with buckets and begin to start. They're trying to tame this fire. However, this one is a little more out of control. Mm-hmm. There was some magic at play here, and other things. So it's a wreck. But as all this chaos is doing around you, the three of you are sat down in the back of the armored wagon, and the captain walks over, who's Brohim, the man from behind the desk. Whenever you guys originally kind of came in and everything like that, he's the same man that interrogated you guys before. And he walks up to the back of the wagon and goes, "Who the fuck are you guys?"
Are we all covered in like those survivor blankets they give to people like after a disaster? Are we wearing like those mylar?
Yeah, sure. Your hands are behind your back. Your equipment's been removed and kind of set down off to the side. They wrap you all in blankets.
Hey, those are just for cooking.
Since you asked, my name is Nuncle. This is my friend Brody, and this little fuzzy man Peach's step.
No, don't tell them our names.
Listen, sir, we're just humble travelers from Last Light. I know it doesn't seem that way. I know none of the evidence before you would appear that way. We were literally sent here on a mission from our boss to get mead from these guys because the last one had been hijacked, and we have had nothing but misfortune after misfortune along the way.
I blame Brody, really.
We came here initially. They tried to kidnap us. We got away. We came into town. You guys arrested us for burning this motherfucker down, or attempting to the first time. Then we got to jail, and we woke up here. I don't know what happened, man. There was just I was sleeping, and then I'm here, and then we decided to investigate further. And then we were attacked by goblins downstairs, and there was a thing on fire, and something exploded with lava inside of it, and we found papers, and I'm just keep rambling until he tells me to stop.
Yeah, shit was fucked up.
He goes, stop. What papers?
They're in my backpack. I picked them all up.
Okay. If you check Nuncle's bag, you'll see exactly what we're talking about, sir.
So, don't check that bag, not the other bag.
So he goes over and starts to rummage through Nuncle's bag, and he pulls out the tapestry, the large tapestry with the symbol on it, and looks at it funny, and sets it off to the side. Then he starts pulling out maps and laying out maps, and laying out the papers and going over stuff, and kind of quick glance around. And he's sitting there studying it for a good couple minutes. This is a whole ordeal. There's chaos ensuing around you. There's people with water buckets running and everything like that. There's several guards stationed around you to make sure you don't get away this time. And he's poring over all of this information. And as he does, another guard comes running into the grounds and comes running up to him, holding a paper in his hands. And he runs up to him, kind of leans down, whispers in his ear, hands him a paper, and then he takes off sprinting back out of the area. He opens up the paper, and he is reading down through. Well, I'll be damned, he says. Mm-hmm. And he folds the paper closed. And he walks back over to the back of the carriage, and he starts to kind of unload you guys out of the back of this cart. And he takes the blankets off, and then he undoes the shackles, and he goes, "So, Asmar corroborated your story.
Asmar's alive. He's okay.
Okay.
Yes. He wrote this letter here, and that seems to be the first part is addressed to us, and there is a second part that is addressed to you folks.
Did he get our dick note?
Is there a symbol on it, sir?
Yes, there absolutely is a symbol.
Would you like to compare for authenticity?
It look like this, and I lean over and I pull up the front of Nunkle's.
Jesus.
Even though he can already see half of it from my loincloth.
Yep, that is it. And he hands you over the note, and the first part of it, we'll just say he hands it to Brody. The first part of it, read as, yes, these three individuals, Nuncle, Brody, Thakma, gives a kind of physical description of you as well. Are in the employ of Azamar. They were sent up here to collect a rogue shipment of mead from, Northwatch Brewery. Just kind of everything that was planned ahead of time. And he says, it is good to know that they are alive. And then the part that is addressed for you folks says, "Dear Brody, Nuncle, and Thakma, there are things in motion that I do not have time to explain.
How much time?
Stay alive, stay well, and I hope to see you soon."
Guys,
and then below that, it says, "Be careful who you trust."
What's it say, Brody?
Nuncle, this is from Asmar. He's telling us that we need to stay safe, that some things are going on that he can't explain to us right now, and that he hopes to see us soon. But right now, we have to be careful with who we trust.
Well, what do we do now, though?
I look over at Brohim. That's the guy's name, right?
Yes, yeah. He's Captain Brohim.
Excuse me, Captain Brohim. Can you tell me if any of the paperwork we gave you makes any sense to you? We have very little insight to go on, except everybody that we've met at this brewery has tried to kill us. And we'd like to try to figure out what's going on.
He has already packed up all of the papers and the maps and everything like that, including the tapestry and everything. And he has, sent it off with another guard. And he says, what you found here is troubling, gentlemen. Now, as crucial as the Northwatch Brewery was to our economy, it would appear as though a cult has begun to spring up under our noses, right here out of the brewery. Where did you find all of these things?
In the basement with the bug zapper portal.
On the floor.
Brohim, there was in the manager's office, there was a stairwell hidden behind a bookshelf, and downstairs we found a hidden meeting room and most of this documentation.
And a portal to hell.
Yeah, we were also attacked by...
by the goblin and the exploding zombie monster that was made of lava and rocks.
So, we're going to assume you guys go through, kind of tell them about the whole ordeal, the whole incident, the portal opening, the people stepping through. Do you mention, the people on the other side and all of that? You pretty much give a full recount?
Yep.
Here? Okay. So, after all that, he's pacing back and forth, and he says, this is truly troubling information. This is something that we're going to have to look into further. In the meantime, we owe you boys a debt of gratitude and an apology for wrongful imprisonment. However, you do have to understand that it did not look good on you folks the first time we met. There was a lot of evidence pointing towards you being involved here, and on top of that, you really could have been truthful with us from the start and kind of explained everything that had happened instead of keeping some information to yourselves. And
it's hard to know who to trust these days anymore,
Bro, you have to forget. Everybody here tried to kill us so far, so we were trying to keep it close to the chest. We just needed to know that we could trust you before we told you anything.
No, that is absolutely
fair.
If
you want to thank us, you could deputize my friend and uncle here.
Well, so the mayor would like to meet the three of you.
Can I put my finger on his lips? Just like to shush him.
Okay.
Where's my fucking donkey?
Your donkey is safe, I assure you. We have kept him well fed. And,
you're talking, not telling. Where is my donkey?
He is being held in our stables at the precinct. As I will accompany you back, we will get him out. You can check him out and make sure
he gets deputized.
He is well.
Did you guys happen to get rid of that dead goblin that was in the back of our cart?
Oh God, yes, it was the first thing we did.
Okay.
That is another troubling thing, as this is now two goblins that we can physically count within our area in direct, correlation.
When you're done putting that motherfucker out, you're going to find two more that are going to be like burnt pieces of bacon in the basement of that bad boy. I promise you.
And there's
I don't know that they're going to find much of anything left in that basement.
You guys didn't take my pan, did you?
No. So they originally had confiscated all of your stuff, but they just set it right there. It was within sight of you at all times.
Awesome. Thank you.
They also did not. The only thing he took out of your bag was the paperwork and stuff like that. So, Brody, you still have on you the items that you collected from the acolyte's body.
I did want to say too, since we're laying out our hands here, but the goblin problem might originate. We found like a den of them. Well, not me per se. My two friends made a tomfoolery of it and tried shoving like a cart in front of it. But there's probably an ass ton more of them in that cave mine shaft outside town.
Sure. My friend Zach, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, yes, one problem at a time here, I suppose. We will first. We must make sure that our city is safe. Being that we do have festivities going on, and there is there's lots going on and lots of people in our charge at the moment. Sure. If you three would like to accompany me, collect your belongings, and come with me, we will retrieve your donkey, and then as I said, the mayor would like to meet the folks that has. Well, originally he wanted to meet the folks that burnt down the brewery, but I'm sure he's going to want to reward you for this information once we
wait a minute.
To him.
This tent wasn't here before.
I want to state the record. We didn't burn it down. We were just in the room when it caught fire. I mean, I know that's some errors, but okay.
Can I have 1 second?
I'd be my lawyer.
Can I have 1 second to speak to my friend here?
Sure. I need to coordinate some relief efforts. You gentlemen collect your things and then meet me at the gate over here, and I will accompany you back to collect your belongings. And he steps off and starts barking orders and porting people around and directing a perimeter and all kinds of other stuff.
Brody, I don't think, in fact, I don't know if our current track record runs in the city. I don't know if we should trust the mayor. Someone of that high standing, I feel like would probably be in cahoots with the owner of the brewery.
I don't think we should trust him. However, I do think we should try and get some food or answers
Yeah,
to this mystery.
I don't think we should trust anybody. I don't trust this police officer. I think he's been really nice so far, but everything that's happened to us, I don't trust anybody. But our only other choice, if we're going to get any more information about what's happening to us, is we have to talk to the.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying
we have to be absolutely careful, Uncle. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you ready to go at any moment.
You get the inclination that his offer of you to meet the mayor wasn't really an offer; it was more of a "this is what's happening next."
That's what I thought.
Type of thing.
Do I have any health potions left?
I believe you and Brody each had one left.
I have one if you need one.
Yeah, as I say, in fact, I had one as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my potion of healing.
Okay.
I probably should as well.
I have 2 left. I'm definitely going to use one of mine.
Do I need to roll on that, right?
Yes. What did we determine? It was what 2d4 plus 2, I believe, was the potions that you guys got.
Yeah. So,
because they were just kind of basic health potions there.
So it's 2d4 plus
2.
Okay.
So you roll a d4 twice and then add 2 more to it.
You said a D10?
D4.
and you had a what?
What was that, Brody?
I got 4. I rolled 2 1s and plus 2, so that gives me 4. So
Okay.
I'm going to take one of these down, and then I'm going to give myself. I'm back up to full health.
Okay.
All right, I got a 5. So what does that give me health wise?
5. If you, like I said, it's a 2d4 plus 2, so you roll a d4 twice and then add 2.
Yeah. Gotcha.
On the sly, can I, in my pocket, load my revolver just to make sure I have?
I mean, you don't have to do it on the sly. You know, like nobody is perceiving you as a threat any longer at this point. Yeah, you guys are. You know, nobody's standing there watching you or staring you or listening in or anything. Like everybody's hustling, bustling, moving, and
I'm at full health. I got 9, by the way. So
Okay.
21.
Okay.
so
Ready to follow you wherever you lead, Brohim.
All right, so the captain comes over and he kind of ushers you guys forward, and he walks with you through back through the neighborhood as you guys are coming out of the kind of gated in area of the brewery. You can actually see an airship lifting off. It is the Macaw airship is lifting off. So the Thakma's friends that he made a little while back are now leaving the area.
Oh, bye guys.
Probably
Oh, good. We don't have to
thing.
worry about Thakma getting
Or them noticing me and killing me.
Hurt an uncle.
Yeah. So that airship lifts off. It goes up. You guys are making your way down the path. You pass carts for sale back through the main entry point, and then you get to the stables of the kind of guard shack, and he leads you guys into the stables, and there, detached from your cart, he's been detached. He looks like he has been brushed, and he's there with a he's got a trough of food before him and a trough of water.
Sweet girl.
And they have been taking good care of your donkey.
I run and just give him a big hug.
Sweet girl.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Give her a strength check.
All right, Knuckle, you hug up Tesco. Kind of Brohim is standing outside of the stables. He goes, take your time. Your cart is in there. Go ahead and reconnect your cart, and we can carry on.
I'm gonna whisper to
washed out the back of your cart for you, as it was stinking up the stable.
I'm gonna whisper.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna whisper to the donkey. Are you hurt? Did they hurt you? How do we get out of this?
Animal handling.
Yes.
Blink twice if they touched you.
Is 3.
You get back. Yeehaw.
Can I while we're doing this on the sly, I got those 2 leather pouches off the Acolyte, right?
Yes.
Can I investigate those to see what's inside them?
Sure. So you open one, and inside of one of the pouches is 20 gold pieces.
Don't even think about it.
Inside of the other pouch is 7 beans.
Magical beans.
7
Seven
beans.
dried up beans.
Like Percocet?
Magic beans.
As they just look like just beans.
Okay.
Oil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Boil them, mash them, shove them up your ass.
That's where I was going to ask if you wanted to put your gold in there for safekeeping. I bend over and just spread my cheeks.
And from across like he's at the front of the cart where he's like talking to Tesco, and from the back of the cart I toss the bag of beans right in his
and I grab for it midair.
Oh
Wait,
no!
You sorry, what just happened?
I close up the bag of beans and I go to throw them in Uncle's prison wallet, but as I do, Thakma tries to grab him out of the air.
I got a 13 for that.
Okay. So yeah, with a 13, you catch this tossed bag of beans.
Yay!
They go in my butt. Give him finders keepers roll.
I will give you 1 to put in your butt for an experiment. Okay.
All the beans or
1 bean.
I can count higher than that.
Take it. Put it in your butt.
I want all the beans in my butt.
2 bean.
1 second here.
I'm not dealing with the after effects of these beans in your ass. Take the beans.
1 sec. I'm just making sure he's not calculating like if a beanstalk's about to fucking peg me or not.
Thakma, give me a Arcana roll.
Okay. I got a 6.
Yep, that's a bag of beans.
Yay!
Okay.
I should probably water them.
So, are you like what is going on? Are we doing something? Do you caught the bag of beans out of the air? Are you doing something with them?
They're my beans. I put them in my bag.
Okay.
Brody, do you want me to get the beans back?
You know what? I walk over and I just slap Thakma, and then we just let him have the beans.
Okay.
I slap him first.
My beans.
All right.
I could
This is gonna cook up real nice. You'll see.
Oh god, he's gonna cook them. He's gonna cook the beans.
Oh boy.
This is for a special time. We'll need it later.
So so remember the 3 items you got were the 2 leather pouches and then the fancy comb.
Okay. So I have the comb. I have the gold. Thakma has the beans.
Okay. All right. And you guys kind of you do your little investigation. You hitch up Tesco, and you guys are ready to kind of roll out of the front of the stable here. Any conversations you wanted to have in private before heading back out to the captain?
Oh, I mean, we have a wide range of road songs we could be singing.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I mean, you can absolutely start singing. It would make for a great episode.
Once was a traveler, lived on the beans.
All right. So you guys roll out the front, leading Tesco, and the captain is like, if you would follow me, I sent word ahead to the mayor to give him a kind of a quick debrief, and he would love to meet the folks that uncovered such a potentially nefarious cult in our city.
Guess we shouldn't keep waiting.
Rohim, what's the mayor's name?
It is, and I do have it. It is Solari, Mayor Solari Kerrer.
Salai?
Solari, like Silari.
Okay.
It's massive.
Let me write that down.
Yep. And yes, his Mayor Solari. He's presided over this city for many years now. He's a great man. In fact, he is the one that personally coordinates personally coordinated this entire festival as a way to give back to his people that may or may not be able to go enjoy the festivities of Larian during Pandora Landfall. It has his own he wanted to make Northwatch a beacon for the budget festival.
How nice.
So, He would love to meet you guys. He was he's at his manor. It's this way here, and he leads you into town, and the festival's going on. It's kicking up for this day and everything. There is smoke over the wall and off in the distance that you guys can see in the direction of the brewery, still rolling up as they're fighting the fire. But the festivities must ensue. So they're beginning to kick back up for the day, and you cross the festival grounds to the large manor that is kind of right next to the stables from the bar, the Cliff Diver, and on the front stoop of this large manor stands an elderly dwarf. With his arms outstretched, and he goes, "Gentlemen, please join me." As he kind of opens the door into his manor, and
This guy feels like a
proceeds to head
loony.
through.
All right, Mayor. We're thank you for your hospitality. I guess we walk inside to the sitting room or whatever.
Yes, he ushers you in. This is it's a very large building. It is sort of a multi-purpose building. Kind of the front half here. As you walk in, it is somewhat kind of administration-y. Desks, things like that. There is a room off to the side labeled courtroom. And then, back behind the counter, there's, a series of doors, and he leads you to one of the doors and opens it up. And through that doorway is a somewhat grand hall, like a large kind of dining area. And on the table is, various, foods and stuff like that are being, quickly kind of shuffled out of the kitchen as he, kind of ordered an impromptu,
lemon cakes,
large breakfast / kind of brunch, I guess at this point.
I'm just gonna load my pockets with bacon. I'll be back.
And he goes, please sit, eat. I'm sure you gentlemen are hungry after the morning's fracas, as you will. And he walks over to a keg that he has set up, and he grabs a mug, and he goes, please grab a mug, and he cracks the keg and starts to pour himself a mug of mead.
You first, please.
And he says, I understand. Brohim has sent ahead to somewhat brief me on the situation, and I understand your wariness. I never have a problem throwing back a breakfast ale. And he tips his mug, and within seconds downs the whole mug of mead.
So I pick the keg up.
I see you're thirsty. Another keg, he says, and servants, are quickly shuffling out another keg and tapping into it. Another servant comes out with a large handle and a drill and drills it into the side of your keg for your real kick. And,
I fix a plate and I walk over to one of the servants and I'm like, "Would you mind eating anything off this plate if you'd be so kind while I'm looking at the mayor?"
Yeah. And the servant goes, absolutely, and picks up a piece of bacon and kind of bites into it, and it's premium quality, sir. It's only the best ingredients in the manor.
Don't touch my bacon.
At this point, I'm like, I have a turkey leg and a keg, and I'm just.
And
under his arm, eating the whole turkey leg.
Solari says, "Gentlemen, I know that you have no reason to trust me, and especially not given the ordeal you've been through. But I assure you that we take the occult very seriously in Northwatch. Never under my watch has such a travesty sprung up. I'm sure that we will get to the bottom of
Is this a voting year?
How deep these roots run." It is not, no. We'll get to the bottom of how deep these roots run. But in the meantime, I wanted to open up to you all hospitality of Northwatch in our thank you and our apology for everything you've done for our city by bringing this to our attention. this could have spelled disaster for not only us, but I mean, considering how far the North Watch Brewery has reach and how far it distributes,
Yeah.
any nefarious things going on could be large stretched. There could have been countless casualties if they tampered with the ale or things of that nature. So
I fixed myself a plate and I plumped myself down at the table and I leaned back in the chair and I put my well-worn cowboy boots up on his table and I look across the table at the mayor and I'm like, listen, mayor, we got to talk about the turn the punch bowl you got here, buddy. Clearly, I understand. First of all, we appreciate your hospitality. You have to understand our wariness. This whole situation, since we've reached your town, we've been tried to be murdered by just about everybody we've met. So forgive our wariness. My traveler friends and I are, well, let's say that our senses are turned up to 10 right now. But I have questions if you would kindly amuse me.
Says absolutely, and he raises his second mug that he's poured, and he raises a turkey leg to Nuncle, and he's like, please eat, drink, and fire away with any questions you may have. Anything I can answer, I will gladly answer for you.
Can you get naked and make sure you don't have any no like marks or nothing? Can you show me you have no brands?
I have, he pulls back his sleeves. I assure you, I have no brands, and my allegiance solely lies to the people of Northwatch and the great nation of Vandalar.
Mayor Solari.
Yes, Brody, I believe it was.
Yes, sir, it is Brody Deshane. One of the gentlemen we met in the basement of that building when we were attacked is a gentleman that destroyed my entire home and killed my family. And I want to know, there were 3 symbols that we saw on the ground. One was a snake with a dagger wrapped around, or a dagger with a snake wrapped around it. One was a fractured skull, and one was 3 talons. Do those symbols mean anything to you, sir?
Well, it's it took me a couple glances looking at it, and he waves a server over, and one of his servants comes over with a kind of a crumpled piece of paper and hands it to him, and he says, this is one of the documents that was that you fellows recovered, and I've been looking at the symbol, trying to rack my brain for where I've seen these symbols, and at first it was difficult because this symbol is made of 3 other symbols combined. And it is 3 deities that, we don't experience much in this area, but it
Could it have anything to do with this? And I show my hand.
What was on your hand?
The coin.
Oh, that's on your arm, but...
Yeah, if I show my arm.
Well, that's troubling. Possibly. Don't know.
He's got ghosts in his blood.
Leeches!
So as for these 3 symbols, it is the symbols of 3 somewhat forgotten gods of our era. The symbol of Zahir, the symbol of Vecna, and the symbol of Bane.
Tell me more about
tell me which one's the snake dagger?
So the symbol of Zahir is it is a dagger formed of a snake. It is a snake that kind of wraps around, forms into a dagger. The skull with the fractured eye, that is the symbol of Vecna, the god of knowledge. And
Can you tell me more about Vecna?
So
after you're done with your...
Yeah, sure. Well, one moment here, and then the last symbol, the claw marks, is the symbol of Bane. So Zahir is the god of poison and darkness. Typically very cloak and dagger, very chaotic group, very evil, lots of acolytes, things of that nature. They tend to attract a dark type of warlock to his sort of following. The symbol of Vecna is a strange one indeed, as Vecna has not been openly worshipped in this nation, and in fact, temples of Vecna have been banned. They were such a problem for several hundred years. But Vecna is the god of knowledge and secrets. And third, symbol of Bane is a particularly troubling one, as Bane was the god of conquest. And it was once this is in fact before this great nation and this great land was at peace, before this continent came to an agreement and ceased any fighting or quarrels. It was once the god that the nation of Baka followed, as they were a conquering people once upon a time. Obviously, it has been a long time since they have followed under any one god's banner, and most of the worship of these gods has gone underground and is not seen in especially not this area. I cannot say across the whole continent, but in my knowledge and my years, we have never encountered them in our city.
Is it a bad sign? Like, is it forbidden knowledge secrets that she has?
So Vecna is the only by law forbidden following. However, all of these gods have typically come with the occult and evil doings in history and in the past. Once again, I mean, we have been a nation of peace. I mean, as you all know, you've lived in this. I assume you've lived in Vandalar, and as your associates of Asmar, I'm sure you're familiar with our more comfortable living and lifestyle. Here in Vandalar, we don't have much to worry about other than sore asses from lengthy travel.
So you're telling me, Solar, that Mayor Solari, that we came here to get some beer and we ran into a super group of forbidden gods in the basement of your brewery?
It would seem so. as unlikely and wild as that sounds, it's about as unlikely as you guys just so happen to. I mean, if it weren't for these papers and Azamar vouching for you together, you would be locked in our prison.
Yeah,
right
over the
now,
course of a day, we've been arrested twice, set fire to a building. This has been an eventful day. I'm happy with this.
So,
can I ask you though, like in your town though, you seem very invested and involved, and I'm sure in the police report it said that Rob Boss was down in your cellar and proceeded to try and kill us. I feel like with you being as involved, you'd had no suspicions of one of the most prominent and most powerful men under your nose. He just didn't notice, or
so Rob Boss, he has been running the brewery for a long time now. His family has owned it for generations, and he is the latest in the line of Rosses to take over. And we had no idea that this was happening. We knew he had become more reclusive over the years, but we had assumed that for the last several years he had dove full on into his work as he was producing. There were new kinds of mead coming out, and new mass shipment, and it was we assumed he was leaning heavily into his work. We had no idea that he may have slipped into the occult.
Well, I'm not one to play tell you how to do your job, because I'm not a mayor and I don't really even know what that word means, but you seem important. So I'm just saying, if an occult member was running a brewery that brewed popular booze in mass shipments, you should probably send the marshals or something to look into that.
Oh, I assure you, an investigation is beginning as we sit here. Tweets are going out all over the nation.
Can I show him the bundle of herbs that was in the keg that we had at the brewery?
Good call.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, do you recognize this? We were put to sleep when we drank the mead this was in.
So, he kind of gets up from his seat and kind of hobbles over to where you're sitting, and he takes it and he's looking at it, and he shakes around the little sphere and he's looking at the herbs inside, and he goes, One moment, please. Chef, to me. And, it's his chef comes hobbling out of the kitchen. And he goes,
What is he?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you? He goes, do you recognize these? And, he takes it and he looks and he goes, oh, yes, this is, so herbs very commonly used in your sleep aid. We use this. He goes,
It gets you hard too, doesn't
interesting. Very. And yeah, he says, as I thought I recognized that smell. You do understand. I am a very busy man, and occasionally coming by sleep is difficult. So we utilize this herb to help me go to sleep at night.
It's readily available.
It is a local herb. Yes, it can be found in many of the forests in the area.
Is it still potent? Can we still reuse this?
I would say not. This is pretty soaked and then dried and soaked again and dried, and it's.
Can I roll perception to see if he's bullshitting us on anything?
So for that, that is actually not perception. That is
investigation.
Never mind. Hold on. Insight. Yes, that is insight. There was once a sense motive skill. Apparently, there's no longer. So.
So that would be 12.
Okay. I mean, he seems on the level. There doesn't seem to be anything, off with him. He's not sweating. He's not, he's not fumbling words or mixing things up. He seems to be fairly genuine in everything he's telling you.
What do I notice? What do I notice about the bar? Anything out of the ordinary or strange?
About what bar?
Where we're at currently.
Okay, so you guys are in the kind of like the manor of the city. This is kind of like the main,
anything out of the ordinary,
the courthouses, law annex, and then like the kind of back half and probably upper floor is his home. But this is kind of the grand dining hall on the first floor. Nothing out of the ordinary. It is a large, very kind of ornate hall. Very, very well made. The staff, they're all friendly. They're all chipper. Nobody's like shuffling their feet or anything.
So,
they appear to be well treated. And
question,
Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No.
I was just going to ask. We'd like to help you right these wrongs, and I think the best way to do that is if you would temporarily deputize myself and my friends, give us like a bill or like an order that we could present to other guards and cities, whatnot, that says we could help you, and Tesco could be deputized. So that way we could all if we needed to assist and get into a city or
yeah, and I got these wall speakers too. If we want to make it official,
it could be under an order by you or like a higher power of law that says we could assist.
So you're I see you gentlemen are business, and I like that, and he's like, there's always time for revelry, but things of this are urgent. So I do agree. First and foremost, the city of Northwatch would like to thank you, gentlemen, and accommodate you for what you've done for us. So you get he pulls out a bag that was sitting beside his chair, and he slaps it on the table, and he reaches in and he pulls out 3 smaller bags, and he tosses one to each of you.
Oh, there's a smaller bag inside here, isn't there?
Yes. No, inside each of these bags, gentlemen, is 50 gold.
Oh shit!
It is. I really appreciate what you have done in uncovering this, and I fear that the roots may run deeper, as you have suggested, and this is an oversight on my part as mayor of this great city for not noticing, and surely a dark mark on my guard, and we will be addressing that as well. Now,
can I ask you one more question, Mayor?
Sure.
What do you know of our boss Asmar, if anything at all?
I know he is the owner of the Beacon in Last Light. It's a very interesting structure that he built that bar off of what once was the last standing lighthouse in Vandalar. There, you will notice there are no more because obviously. We have advanced greatly in our navigation technologies over the years, and lighthouses are somewhat of an obsolete um, thing. But
Couldn't find the light
from
bulbs.
what I understand, he has put together a very fine establishment down at Last Light there. For the last few years, I believe the cooking has gone downhill there for some reason. But
Hey,
the company and the environment, though, has been what really drives the Beacon forward. And I've never personally met Asmar, but I've heard tale that he is a very very well liked fellow in Last Light. In fact, the mayor of Last Light speaks highly of him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's not get bogged down with the quality of the service at the Last Light. I don't think that's important. The cooking or the bartending or the bouncing for just random things that I'm thinking about, but I appreciate your insight into our friend Asmar. It would appear, Mr. Mayor, that we got sucked into something that's a little bit bigger than the three of us. And basically what I'm asking you is if I were to want to track down Farson, as you call him, Vecna, where would I start?
So Vecna would be the god he worships. I don't foresee Farson being the god of Vecna, but this being that you have described, I mean the portal he was able to open, that's powerful magic. Ritual magic can be very very troublesome and very volatile. But I do in my notes. I understand that Asmar may be in some form of danger, and I understand that as your employer, and you'd like to get back to him most likely as soon as possible. But and the vein of what your large drunken friend Nuncle here said. As far as deputization, I don't know that I can officially deputize you, but I do have a request, and I will give you a writ from myself personally. And if you were to complete this task for me, I'm sure that the coffers of Last Light will pay out for it, and we will reimburse them. This is something we can do amongst cities in this nation, and a quest, if you will. But we do not have the time or manpower to snuff out the last of these goblins. And I would ask that if on your way back to Last Light, since you guys know the location, if you could rid our lands of this troublesome problem.
If only our deputies...
Could we get a couple more weapons to help us here?
Well, I don't have much beyond the standard weaponry to supply you gentlemen with, but anything from our armory that you may want to take a pick from. We also have several fine shops here in Northwatch, and as you gentlemen have come into some coin. I would say that maybe some shopping before you leave town might help better equip you. But any basic armaments that you may require from our armory, I would be more than happy to supply you. And he already had prepared and pulls it out a writ signed by him that. States that you three are to, if willing, you three are to clear out the goblin den that you have found, and if you can bring the head of the goblin leader with you back to Last Light as proof of accomplishment. Last Light is to pay you out another 50 gold apiece.
Listen, I want one rider on this contract, Mayor. Hear me out. I think me and my friends, we're going to talk amongst ourselves real quick before we decide entirely. But let's say we go out there and we rid yourself of this goblin menace. Let's say we bring you the head of this goblin. When we get back, would your town be willing to host a Royal Rumble for my friend Uncle Milkjug? I think that his wrestling days, he used to be a traveling wrestler around here. And believe me when I tell you that, one, your townspeople will be very entertained. And I'd like Nuncle to get some of this wrestling aggression out of his system. So if we could maybe host a wrestling event.
I can do you one better. In fact, I was just speaking with the captain of the Baka ship that has just left our city, and it turns out that at the festival in Larian in just over a week here in the Grand Coliseum, the BWF will be hosting a grand wrestling tournament.
Is that the Bum Wrestling Federation?
That is the Baka Wrestling Federation, also known as the group that Knuckle previously wrestled with as it traveled the coastline, or sorry, the border of Vandalar. Spent most of his time, kind of towards the Baka border, but they have since grown in popularity and kind of started to move out. And the city has the nation of Vandalar has commissioned them for a large tournament. And he says, if your request is entry for this large strapping lad, then I can assure you, if you could make it to Larian for landing day, he will have a card in that match.
Mayor, you're a smooth son of a bitch. Knuckle, we're going to get you back in the ring.
I'm the heavyweight
champion. Sorry, go ahead, Knuckle.
I was just going to say I need my belt, but I am absolutely involved. I will be there. Mark,
Knuckle, do you still have all your old trading cards? We're going to get those autographed now, get them worth more?
And Knuckle, if you would be so kind, maybe, and he has a kind of flyer for the BWF. If you're going to participate, from what I hear, you stand a good chance, lad. Would you sign this for me?
Knuckle goes over and he sticks his dick in the mashed potatoes and put his.
That'll be 20 gold.
I write like a big crude, just N and an M, and then a little smiley face.
Art.
Yeah, just a little smiley.
He looks at it.
There you go.
Lots on the eye or hearts.
If you win, this will be framed in our front lobby. My new
Don't worry,
friend.
fussy little man Peach. I've never lost, and I pat him on his head.
I got one more question. Since you're being kind enough to entertain us, do you know of anywhere in the land where there might be a cooking competition that we could enter my friend Thackman here at some point in time?
Oh, yeah.
A la cuisine!
I love
is there like a Iron Chef scenario here where
I love public embarrassment.
Help you while you cook? Because we would really be interested in that.
Is Gordon Ramsay here?
So there is we do have a strange group coming to visit us during the week following Larian, the landfall of Pandora down in Larian. During the week after, we will be hosting the Leafy Zucchini Circus here in Northwatch. And
the Leafy Zucchini?
From what I understand, they are a very food-based circus. And
yeah, we had that.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I would.
There's a whole thing about eggplants. We had to cut that though.
I would.
I have never been so excited in my entire life, Mayor Solera. I can tell you that between this wrestling son of a bitch over here and this cooking son of a bitch over here, these people will be entertained. I assure you.
Are you not entertained?
And are you not food poisoned?
I have been scouting for warriors such as yourselves. Grasshoppers are coming. We're forced to get all this food.
And,
fear not, for you're already sick in the bathroom.
He says, if you would, if you happen to be still out and about in your travels, the week after, Pandora Landfall. I'm sure the festivities here will be fantastic, and I would invite you all as my personal guests. You will sit ringside with me in a booth, and I will find out if they plan to do any competitions, around cooking while they are here, and if so, your man Thakma will assuredly have a position there.
Hey, if they need a hand in the kitchen too, I'm free.
Mr. Mayor, would you be kind enough to leave me with my fellow constituents here for a brief moment so that we can confer over everything you just discussed with us?
Sure, absolutely. Eat, drink, enjoy yourselves. My serving staff is here. Make any reasonable request of them, and they will happily accommodate. I'm going to.
Know what these little bells are for?
Yes. And then he's like, I'm going to step out front and speak to my captain about the oversights in his watch. He is outside, keeping an eye on, I believe it was Tesco. He's outside standing guard with your carriage and Tesco.
There's a lot of paddles on the wall. You guys notice that? That's weird.
We like spanking. Out the doors he goes, and he leaves you in here, with his serving staff.
Take my hat off, I put it on the table, boots up on the desk again or the table, and I look over the table at Nuncle and Thakma, and I go, "What do you think, boys?"
I'm like wasted at this point, and I've eaten like 12 turkey legs.
Standing there, swaying back and forth. He's
got any lemon cakes here?
Bits of turkey leg on his face.
Oh, there are lemon cakes here. Absolutely.
I like him. He likes me. He likes wrestling, and I like him. He's a nice man.
Save it in, okay? We'll get you in the ring. I'm gonna see if they need help in the kitchen, guys. I'll be right back.
Can I have one of the servants come out and request lemon cakes for my friend Thakma?
Oh, there's already a big old tray of them on the table. That was part of the feast, and pretty much everything you guys are killing, they keep bringing more out. The mayor's manor is not short on anything. So,
well, Thakma and Uncle, do you guys want to bed down here tonight? See if the mayor will put us up for the evening and head out tomorrow morning. Maybe we can visit the armory, see if they can hook us up with anything, do some shopping before we leave, and then take on these goblins outside of town.
Let's grab a couple chicks and call it a night.
One of the servers overhears and he goes, if you don't have preference, I would happily arrange for you on behalf of the city to stay at the finest inn in town, the Cliff Diver here, and we will get you premium rooms for the evening.
I'll take it.
I'm passed out in my chair, so no vote for me.
And we will happily have several of our servers carry your large friend safely to a bedroom.
Probably just wheel him.
Most likely, we will use a wheelbarrow with pillows, of course.
Would you also make sure that our donkey Tesco is taken care of and shipped back to the stable next to the inn?
Absolutely, we will ensure Tesco has the finest of care.
I come to Tesco.
The city of Northwatch is in your debt.
You hurt my donkey. I just pass back out.
Then I go over to the table and I grab a couple lemon cakes and a couple additional pieces of bacon, and I throw them in my duster, and I say, "Well, show us on to this. We already know where the establishment is. If you could just send a message ahead of us, if you could send a tweet to let the innkeeper know that we'll be arriving and we're expecting the presidential suite. If you could do that,
I'm taking my meat with me."
As they are next door, we will just send a runner. But yes, we will let them know. And if he pulls another server over, whispers, and out the door he goes.
I say, "Thank you, my good man," and then I elbow Thakman. I always wanted to say that.
I'm gonna grab my meat and hit the road.
And gentlemen, I think we will cut this evening here. And for the first time, end on a fairly high note.
Ending where we weren't getting arrested. That's a record.
I know.
So my kind of plan for between now and next session, you guys now have some coins, and you have the city at your disposal here. Look through the player's handbook, look through items, things of that nature that you may want to purchase or may want to look for and procure. Run it by me before adding it to your character sheet, but in between sessions, you guys can go shopping.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody and stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Once again, I want to thank my incredible cast here. John as Knuckle Milk Jug, Drew as Brody the Chain, and Brandon as Thakma Strong Hands. Our intro and outro song is Free Me by NEFFEX, who is a wonderful artist who creates all kinds of royalty-free music, so go check him out. We also use incarnate.com for all of our maps and visual aids that I provide the cast. All of our recording is done through StreamYard, and all of our editing is done using a program called Wondershare Filmora. I wanted to take a second here to just thank you guys so much for listening and following along with us on this adventure. Please like the video, sub to the channel, leave us some comments so the algorithm gods will help us grow. Again, I can't thank you enough. You guys are all awesome and incredible. Thank you for listening, and I cannot wait for next week.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody and stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free.